it's a bit late to start, innit? Right? How y'all doing? Check this out! Day's so good! It's not daytime anymore. Weird day, innit? The reason that I'm starting so late is literally because I didn't want to bog down the day with cameras. Which is kind of why I didn't do a build vlog in yesterday's vlog. I didn't show anything of the build and all that kind of stuff because, right, this is the room I do absolutely everything in. Every room in my house is multi-purpose. I did a vlog about tiny home living not being a thing, right? And I don't get it, man. I still don't get it. The biggest room in this house is like 11 foot by fluff. And that's without including the fact that this bit is in it. It's like 11 foot, but that's including the doorway, which comes straight through, right? And chimney breast. So it's 11 foot minus that bit and minus that bit. But ain't no one telling you that. Like, my house is rinky-dink small. There's like 4 of us in this house and a doggo, right? Every single room is crowded and it's multi-purpose. If you want to store stuff, that's what bedrooms are for. So if it's like, I don't know, you've got a 3-bed house, right? 4 people. Kid 1, they get their own room. Kid 2, they get their own room. 2 people are going to have to be sharing that space, and then everything else is going to spill everywhere else, and just, it starts to become a bit, ugh. And we're a weird family, okay? We are a weird family. The room I'm in now is the living room. It's my office, and it's occasionally a bedroom for if we have guests. Come through to this room. In here, this is supposed to be the kids' kind of gamey play area where they have breakfast, where you chill out to like be away from tech, even though there's now a load of tech because the kids are here. It's where doggo sleeps, and becomes a bedroom if we have guests. There's more furniture in this house than is ever really needed. Ugh. So, you know, it's tight, it's cramped, and if I want to vlog and record stuff, then realistically I want to have tripods set up. And yesterday I was working in an area that was the size of the rug on this floor. Well, it was the rug on this floor. So there. And my fatness was hanging out in the corridor between the rooms. So there wasn't a lot of room to move with 2 PCs worth of kit going between and and setting up a tripod or lights or anything like that, I would have just been eating floor space I don't have. Today, it's going to be largely the same story, except I weren't doing the PC. I was sorting out the corner that I sit in and work in, redoing all the cable management and all that kind of stuff so that I can actually fit Belial underneath my desk. Doom was considerably smaller. I mean, you can see Doom's case just there, look. Right? Doom is much smaller, and because it was so much chaos down there for quite some time, there was no actual space to put Doom. Doom would kind of hang out over here, and there were like other bits here, and stuff stacked down there. And because every time new stuff comes around, it gets kind of stacked. Okay? I like stuff to have purpose. If it doesn't have purpose, it shouldn't be, and it frustrates me. I worked on that corner ages ago to make it so that everything was easily accessible, could be cleaned easy and all that kind of stuff. But as things started changing, as things needed to be moved about, things would come out and go back in and out and in and out and in and out and in. Well, I mean, let's just say in, out, that's a bit, sounding right. I was like a dodgy prostitution ring, or like I don't know, a hyper-cramped public toilet cubicle gangbang or something. Just all this strange, just not supposed to be there, just in there. And then it just kind of overflowed and nothing got, and it was, like even like furniture would get moved around, and so stuff would just kind of get pushed towards the desk. Gear and stuff would come down from the loft, and then the loft got blocked up, and so it just kind of got pushed towards the desk, and just that's why everything just looks so chaotic around here. Nothing really had a place. Nothing really had a home. It was like it was just. So I'd done all this stuff to make it work. I'd done all the cable management and all that kind of stuff, and admittedly it's not hugely like, oh, it doesn't look all that great under there right now. Seriously, if I'd have taken a before picture, you'd have been like, how did you work down there, dude? With great difficulty. How did you get anything done without stepping on, breaking, kicking, raging? Again, great, the difficulty. But it's kind of almost there now. There's a lot of stuff going on in that corner. That corner feeds like the internet and everything around the house. NASs go under there. All of the, just loads and loads and loads of stuff goes there. There's like a bunch of other computers and stuff in this room that you cannot see. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on. A lot of stuff come out the corner. I cleaned it, I blitzed it. Like, it's gone from plague pit to you still can't eat off the floor down there, but it's cleaner than it was. It's cleaner than it was. So glad to just kind of get it done, or closer to done. There's still some bits and bobs that I need to potter about and shift around, but it's getting there. It's getting there. It's going to be a lot easier to do things around there than it was before. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's kind of that's most of my day, you know? So how is Belial? Well, a few friends and I, back in the day, we used to play a game called Can You Hang It? And the game basically is you've got a PC and you just have to do whatever you can to make it lock up or slow down, like quite significantly slow down, or like if you've got a solid frame rate, do what you can to make the frame rate, the tank and all that. And it's kind of neat because you find all the kind of little ways that you find areas where things aren't optimized by dicking around, you know. How long do you think it took me to get Belial to hang? It's a 3700X, 16 gigs of RAM, so it's not a huge amount of RAM, and then the 3080 12 gig. Less than an hour. Less than an hour. Managed to nuke it in VR chat. And that's not actually just, it's not to say that there aren't significant improvements over how it was before, but I managed to nuke it in VR chat. Managed to nuke it in Zenith. I got a low VRAM warning in Zenith. I was like, really? Like, I've got 12 gigs of VRAM, what's going on? And it's not like I'm running like my headsets, I was using a Quest 2. It wasn't like I was saying, oh yeah, run it at like 2 times res, like super or whatever. Just, it was like, no, 1 times the done, one done. 12 gigs of VRAM, low VRAM warning on one of my overlays. I was like, that's mental, absolutely mental. What else? I downloaded stupidly and tried Cyberpunk, and it automatically, I've played through and beat Cyberpunk from start to finish. I played it through on the Zeph and on the original Doomslayer. So the Zeph was actually a wee bit slower than the original Doomslayer. I say a wee bit, quite a bit slower than the original Doomslayer. But Well, I would play on Doom at Ultra, like high Ultra settings, and it was the fine. Zeph was like medium high settings, but then I had the bonus of DLSS on the Zeph, and that was totally playable. On Belial, I can now nail Ultra with ray tracing, and that turns on auto DLSS, and you get anywhere between like 35 and 75 in the bench, which is respectable, realistically, for real-time ray tracing and all that kind of stuff. If you turn off DLSS, oh no, it might have been higher than that. I think without DLSS it was like 35 to 75. I think with DLSS it's like 55 to 75 or something to that effect. But with auto, you can like put it down to like performance or whatever and get squeezed more out of it, but realistically just don't. But yeah, I mean, I can hang that pretty easy. It just makes me think how intense stuff really is. I haven't had a chance to do any rendering or anything on it, but I imagine it's going to scream. I just hope the little issues that the other iterations of this machine have developed over time don't rear their ugly heads this time. As soon as I mentioned VR though, last night was fantastic because I ended last night saying, "Hey, I'm gonna jump into Zenith with Divine." And by the time I got into Zenith, they'd shut down the servers for maintenance. But we did eventually get in. I got to hang out with Divine for a bit in VR chat, and when we hopped into Zenith, Annie turned up. Well, it's not really Annie. It's Annie in Zenith, and I call him Annie. That's Anoya, so it's Anoya boy. In my Twitch chat and that, and I've known Annie for ages, but I call Annie Annie, so Annie's now Annie, and Annie's Annie in the game, so sorry Annie. But yeah, it was great, because I don't think I've ever spoken to Annie like one-to-one real time before, like use this like, I'll do a vlog, Annie will do a vlog, and then I'll reply kind of thing, or I'll do a vlog, Annie will comment, or we'll chat in like Discord or IRC or something like that. I don't think I've ever actually had a proper one-to-one conversation with Annie up until last night, and it was fantastic. So I had quite a bit of fun, and I've set up AirLink again on Belial, so I can now use the Quest 2 on my router to be able to play without the wire, so I don't have to keep doing the cable dance. Hopefully, with the machine having a bit of extra headroom for the encoding, because all it is doing a squat in a video to the Quest over Wi-Fi. Hopefully the extra headroom will mean I'll have a nicer experience. I mean, it was fine before on Doom, but I'm just hoping that little bit of extra can, when things get tight, it's going to be a bit smoother. There's a lot of things that are really making this sound but yeah, good the stuff, and I'm gonna just please just work. Please just work. But all the rest of the day has been rad. You know, got to chill out. The big human's feeling a bit kind of at the moment because he's had a jab today. Second, the jab for the thing that people deny exists. You know, the beer. And I just want to throw out there a rad sword and shield combo in Monster Hunter. I really, really, really want to get that sword and shield combo. I really hope they haven't removed it. I think it's been in there since Monster Hunter 1. Don't remove it. Corona, if anyone's curious. If anyone hasn't already figured that out. I make really, really, really bad jokes. Really, really, really inappropriate jokes. But, you know, what we're going to say. What can we say? I'm an insensitive prick. Yeah, so he's feeling a bit grog. He ain't. He's just, oh, my arm hurts. Ow, ow, ow. So stop poking at him. You little sod. But yeah, so done the thing, doing the stuffs, good the times, no rhyme or reason, no idea what I'm talking about. Just glad to finally get it done. So like I say, every time stuff gets changed in the house, stuff kind of it gravitates towards where I am, and it can be a right nightmare. But then that is what happens when you live in a really small house with 4 people and doggo, and you know, or there's 4 people in the small house with a dog. Like I said, we've moved, every time we've moved house, we've moved to a smaller house. The furniture has largely stayed. One day when I get my mansion. So when most of the people who see this house and they're from America, they're like, damn, how do you all move? You don't. To America, this is tiny home living. If I wasn't so willing to just let people in my house, yeah man, you can crash out man, you can stay around, then this wouldn't be a thing. And if we just binned off all the furniture every time we moved house, it wouldn't be a thing. But you know, as I say, one day I won't ever get a mansion. I'll probably end up living in a shack. There's somewhere. Realistically, actually, the reason my house is so cramped is just a matter of storage. It's just a matter of storage. It's not, you know, we haven't got like shelves up anywhere or anything like that, so just things kind of get. No room has a single purpose. I mean, my tripods, I've said it before, I've got a lighting box that if you were to set up a couple of my soft boxes, you wouldn't be able to move in this room. You wouldn't. They take up a huge amount of space. And then if you want to use them, you set them up. You know, you done it, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, now I can't move in the room, so now if I want to work, I have to then take the things back, or if I want to process the things that I've just done, I have to take it all down and all that kind of stuff. So, it's just all right, ball ache. Right, let's call this the done. Sleep tracking, hilarious. I'll finish that in February, by the way. Did I start that February 1st? I don't know, but sleep tracking, we'll round it for February. It took the piss out of me today. Apparently, I'm consistent. 5.5 hours. I'll see you all in the next one. What it must be like to have space, eh? That's my one major complaint, if I had to be honest, in life. Space, no peace and quiet. No room to move, man.